Hi Piano Explorers, welcome back. Segment 3. This is where we'll have our material review from last week. I hope you had a great week of practicing and you're making lots of progress. First, let's go over our theory book pages that we had. We had page 22 and 23. So can you open please to your theory pages that you did, and I will go down with you and tell you the answers. You can check to make sure that you had all the answers correct. So this is a page on measuring intervals of a second. Remember, intervals of a second are also called steps. We don't skip anything for an interval of a second. So number 2 that you see here, okay, I'm going to tell you the answers for the letters. We have C, D, E, F, F, G, F, F. So they're showing you that sometimes the notes are going up a second, sometimes the notes are going down a second, and sometimes the notes are staying the same, all right? And the second line is F, G, F, E, D, D, C. Did you get all those right? All right, and now let's look at number 4. So number 4, they asked you to draw the note. So did you remember that when you draw a line note, half the head is above the line and half the head is below the line. So the line goes through the head of the note. And when you draw a note in a space, the line is underneath the head of the note and above the head of the note, so that your space note looks like this. Okay, that's where the circle belongs, inside the space. So let's look and see what they asked you to draw. So they gave you a C and they asked you to draw up a second. So what's one letter up from C? So you should have drawn a D, and the D should be around the line with the line going through the note. Okay, and then they asked you from this note to go up a second. So you are on a D, so you're going to go up to an E. And then they ask you to write the same note. So you write another E, and then up a second would be E to F, and then up a second, F to G, and then the same note, another G, and then down a second to E. Okay? So hopefully you did okay on that page, and turn over to page 23. When the notes on the same line or space are joined with a curved line, the slur, we call them tied notes. So tied notes are held, played the first one and held for that number of beats, and then continue to hold for the total value of both the notes. Sometimes it's more than 2 notes. Sometimes you can have a tie that has 4 notes. That would be a really long note held down. Okay, so it says here, how long would you hold the key down for each pair of tied notes? So the first answer is 1. 1 equals 2 counts. 2 plus 2 equals 4 counts. 3 plus 3 equals 6 counts. 4-beat note plus a 1-beat note is 5 counts. 3-beat note plus a 1-beat note is 4 beats, 4 counts. A 1-beat note plus a 4-beat note is 5 counts. Okay, and now here at the bottom, they're asking you to identify whether you see a tie or a slur. So a tied note is going to be the same note. A slurred note is going to be a different note. So here's the example. These are 2 G's, and those are tied notes. And here are a G to an E. That's a slurred note. So write tie or slur underneath. So let's go across. We have tie, slur, tie, tie, slur. Second line, slur, tie, tie, slur, tie. So all you have to do is to look for the ones that are exactly the same, on the same line or same space, and those are the tied notes. Those are the ones that you hold down for a combined value of both the notes. All right, now I'd like you to open to page 37 in your lesson book. And this is called Balloons. And this is the one that had the lesson on tied notes. So we're going to look at the music first. Remember, we always look at the music. We want to analyze the music and see what we need to know before we play it. First thing we need to know is we count in 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. We know that from the time signature in the beginning of the music. So 3/4. And I want to notice too that they're asking me to play this softly because there's a letter P in the beginning of the first line and a letter P in the beginning of the second line. And at the very end of the music, I see 2 special things. One, I see that I have tied notes. See the tied notes? And 2, I have a repeat sign. Okay, so I'm going to play this again for you so you can remember how it sounds. My hand position is rounded like this. My thumb is on its side and my fingers are on their cushions. My elbow is away from my waist. I put my right hand thumb on middle C, my left hand 5 on the C below. So that is my hand position. So I start with my left hand and I'm going to play it softly. Now the right hand. Tie, 2, 3, repeat. And the right hand. Did you remember to get louder and softer in your phrases? If you didn't and you couldn't practice that last week that way, try to review it this week and do it again, okay? See if you can add that in. All right, now let's take out our recital book, Come Fly, on page 14. Okay, everybody open to that? And what do we notice about this one? Like balloons in the other book, it's in 3/4 time signature. So that means I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it also has P dynamics. So that means those notes are played all softly when you see a P. Okay? So we're going to look at the very end and see that we have a tied note and there's a repeat sign. So this is very much like the other piece of music. It's just longer. All right, so I'm going to take my right hand thumb, put it on middle C, and my left hand 5 on the C below. And remember, our left hand is beginning. Lines 1 and 2 are the left hand. Lines 3 and 4 are the right hand. Just let me show you that one more time. This is line 1 and 2 for the left hand. Line 3 and 4 for the right hand. 1, 2, 3. Right hand. And repeat. Try to phrase it, getting louder and softer in each phrase. And the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Good. All right. All set? All right, now I will see you for the new lesson in segment 4 in just a minute. Nice job, everyone.